Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Magi-Knights Awakening. This is of course the feature of this video. This is a tabletop RPG based on the adventures of magical girls and super sentai heroes everywhere. And in this tabletop RPG, you get to confront mythos like horrors. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by pt23 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. Excuse me. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop RPG where you play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website, the link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. They have recently released Savage Swords. This is a Conan-inspired tabletop RPG where you get to explore ancient civilizations and confront forgotten nightmares. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Now, tonight, of course, I am continuing the review series featuring Magi-Knights Awakening. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review series, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about corruption points and redemption. After enduring such a limitless number of adversities, it should come as no surprise that most Magi Knights eventually fall to the never-ending onslaught of the invading evil and very rarely reach adulthood. When a Magi Knight begins to use their powers in such a way, they become significantly more susceptible to the corrupting influence of the invading evil and gain corruption points. Once the dark taint of corruption has taken hold within the soul crystal of a Magi Knight, it draws them one step closer to a total soul eclipse. And each corruption point makes it more difficult to maintain a Magi Knight's purity. Not only this, but corruption often draws the attention of outsiders with Aether Sight. When you gain 5 or more corruption points, you are considered to be a fallen knight. When you gain a corruption point, convert a trauma point on your full moon phase's lunar blip into a corruption point. If you do not have a trauma point to convert into a corruption point, you immediately receive a trauma point and then convert it into a corruption point. To human mortals, the notion of good is as much about intention as it is about action. Simply committing a series of good acts is not enough to be truly deemed a good person. That Magi Knight or person must have compassion for others and have selfless desires at their very core. A Magi Knight with corruption points faces perhaps the most arduous trial of all, finding true redemption. Outsiders are considered to be extremely evil due to their innate nature, disposition, and direct actions which depict them as remorseless creatures of darkness. A Magi Knight with any number of corruption points that truly seeks redemption should display genuine remorse over the evil actions that they have committed and must be stalwart and unwavering in their desire to climb up what many might deem a daunting mountain of anguish. A Magi Knight must right the wrongs of their past by performing acts of remorse. When a Magi Knight that is seeking to remove a corruption point from their soul eclipse chart completes the necessary number of acts of remorse, they prepare for a moment of truth. A moment of truth is a small role-playing event that occurs during any other game phase in which both the Magi Knight and the Magic Keeper, or Game Master, work in concert to create an event that will test the character's resolve in their own redemption. Whenever the situation occurs, the Magi Knight will make a purity skill check, with a difficulty based on the Moment of Truth DC, found in the table Acts of Remorse. After a failed attempt has been properly roleplayed, The Magi-Knight removes a number of acts of remorse equal to their failure setback and must perform new acts of remorse to bring themselves back up to the total needed. So make sure that you succeed in these acts. You have various acts of remorse examples to further clarify this, such as putting your life in jeopardy to save another with selfless motives, or standing up for another during a moment in which they might be in physical or mental anguish. A Magi Knight that has 0 corruption points may help a Fallen Knight reduce their moment of truth DC. This can only be done if they have the comforting comrade bond ability with the Fallen Knight. Doing so reduces the DC by 3. And there is always a chance of relapsing towards evil. But we will talk about that in the next part of this review series. So this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part we are going to talk about a Heartless Knight, a Fallen Knight. This is all about the Dark Magi Knights. They're a bit like Jedi. Kinda. So this system puts great emphasis into how heroic you can be. This is not a game of rogues and villainous heroes, if there is such a thing, or villainous protagonists. This is all about actually being truly heroic and seeking virtue. Not virtue signaling, this is actually seeking virtue. Not for clout. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the Super Thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. And remember, master roleplay and you will master the game. Once again, thank you and see you later.